Welcome to Hook and Loops. I'm EJ Hart. Today I'm going to show you how I make my rag bag, part 1. Tools needed: 15mm hook, 2-inch fabric strips, scissors, 4 stitch markers. Different size materials can be used, but size of bag will vary. Chain 7 for a foot-long bag, chain 10 for a 1.5-foot long bag, chain 14 for a 2-foot-long bag. Okay, we're going to start by forming a slip knot. So if you hold your fabric strip like this and you put this short end over the long end and you kind of flip it over and pick up that long end and pull it through that loop to form a slip knot, then insert your hook into the loop and you can tighten it by pulling on the long end. Now we're going to do some chain stitches, so you just yarn over and pull it through that loop that's on the hook. So you just put your fabric over the hook and pull it through that loop that's on the hook. Now I'm going to chain a total of 7. Row 1, skip first chain stitch, 3 single crochet in second stitch, 1 single crochet in each stitch except last stitch, 5 single crochet in last stitch, 1 single crochet on other side of chain except last stitch, 1 single crochet in last chain stitch, slip stitch to first single crochet. Okay, we're going to skip that first chain stitch and we're going to put a single crochet into the second one from the hook. So you insert your hook into the chain stitch, hook onto the fabric and pull it through, yarn over and pull through both of those loops for a single crochet. We're going to put 2 more single crochet into the same chain stitch. So here is the second one. And here's the third. Now we're going to put 1 single crochet into each of the other chain stitches except for the last one. So insert your hook into the next chain stitch, hook onto the fabric and pull it through, yarn over, pull through both of those loops for a single crochet. Put 1 single crochet into each chain stitch except for the last one. I'm going to put 5 single crochet into the last stitch. I'm going to loosen that end up a little bit. It can be a little tight sometimes. So just insert your hook into the last stitch, pull the fabric through, yarn over, pull through both loops for a single crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5. Okay, now I can pull on that tail that was back there to tighten it back up because I loosened it up to put those in there. Now we're going to put one single crochet into the other side of the chain stitches, except for the last one at the end. So you're just going to insert your hook, into the next chain stitch on the other side. Pull the fabric through, yarn over, and pull through both loops. We're going to put one more single crochet at the end, and now we're going to slip stitch it into the first single crochet. So put your hook into the top part of the first single crochet, and pull the fabric through, and then pull it through the one that's on the hook for a slip stitch. Put stitch markers on each corner right before you get to the round part. Insert them into the first single crochet right before the round part on all four corners. Row 2, 2 single crochet in next 3 stitches. 1 single crochet in each stitch from stitch marker to stitch marker. 2 single crochet in next 5 stitches. 1 single crochet in each stitch on other side from stitch marker to stitch marker. 2 single crochet in next 2 stitches. Slip stitch to beginning stitch. We're going to go into the next single crochet into the top part, and we're going to put in 2 single crochet into that 1 single crochet. So insert your hook and hook onto the fabric and pull it through. Yarn over, pull through both loops. Now we're going to insert our hook into the same single crochet, and we're putting 2 single crochet. Now we're going to put 2 single crochet into the next one. There's 1. And 2. Put 2 single crochet into the next one. There's 1. And 2. Now we're going to put in 1 single crochet into each. Okay, the next stitch should have a stitch marker in it. We're going to put 1 single crochet into this one, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet into each stitch until you get to the next stitch marker. Okay, and this is where I would have my stitch marker. That would be the last single crochet. Okay, now I'm going to put 2 single crochet into the next 5 stitches. So insert your hook, pull the fabric through, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 1 and 2. 2 single crochet into the same stitch. There's 1 and 2. Two single crochet into the third. There's 1 and 2. 2 single crochet into the 4th, there's 1 and 2, and 2 single crochet into the 5th, there's 1 and 2. The next stitch should have a stitch marker in it. We're going to put 1 single crochet into it, one single crochet into the next stitches until you get to the other stitch marker. Okay, that last stitch is where my stitch marker would be. So I'm going to put in 2 single crochet. Now we're going to put in 2 single crochet into the last 2 stitches. And then we're going to slip stitch to join. There's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, now I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning stitch to join the round. So insert your hook, pull up the fabric, and pull it through the loop that's on the hook for a slip stitch. Remove the stitch markers. Row 3, slip stitch into each stitch around, slip stitch into beginning stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go into the next stitch, and I'm just going to pull the fabric through and then pull it through the one that's on the hook for a slip stitch. Okay, I'm going to go into the next stitch, pull the fabric through, and pull it through the loop that's on the hook for a slip stitch. I'm going to put a slip stitch into each stitch all the way around. I'm going to skip the video to the end of this row. I'm at the end of the row and I've done 1 slip stitch into each stitch all the way around. Okay, this is my beginning slip stitch, the very first slip stitch that I done. So I'm going to insert my hook underneath the slip stitch. And make sure I got under both of the loops. I'm going to hook onto my fabric and pull it through. And I'm going to pull it through the one that's on the hook for a slip stitch to join the round. Row 4, 1 single crochet in each slip stitch around, slip stitch to beginning stitch to join round. We're going to put 1 single crochet into each of the slip stitches. So go into the next slip stitch, pull the fabric through, yarn over, and pull through both loops for a single crochet. We're going to put 1 single crochet into each slip stitch all the way around. I'm going to skip the video to the end of this round. Okay, now I'm at the end of the round, and I've done one single crochet into each slip stitch all the way around. I'm going to slip stitch into the beginning stitch. So that's the very first single crochet that I've done. And I'm going to put my hook into the top of that single crochet and pull the fabric through and pull it through the loop on the hook for a slip stitch. And I've joined the round. Row 5, one single crochet in each stitch around, slip stitch to beginning stitch to join round. Go into the next stitch and put in one single crochet. Do one single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to skip the video to the end of the row. Okay, now I'm at the end of the row. I've done one single crochet into each single crochet all the way around, and I'm ready to do the slip stitch. This is my last stitch of the round. So now I'm going to do the slip stitch into the beginning stitch. So that was the first single crochet that I had done. I'm going to put my hook into the top part of the single crochet and pull the fabric through. And I'm going to pull the fabric through the loop that's on the hook for a slip stitch, and this joins the round. Row 6, one single crochet in each stitch, slip stitch in beginning stitch to join round. Okay, go into the next stitch and put in a single crochet. We're going to put in one single crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to skip the video to the end of this row. Okay, now I'm at the end of the row, and I've done one single crochet all the way around, and I've got one more single crochet to do. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the beginning stitch to join the round. So I'm just going to put my hook into the top of the single crochet, pull the fabric through, and pull it through the loop that's on the hook, and that joins the round. Row 7, slip stitch in each stitch around, slip stitch in beginning stitch to join round. Hook into the next stitch. I'm going to pull the fabric through and then pull it through the loop on the hook, and then go into the next stitch and pull the fabric through and pull it through the loop on the hook. One slip stitch into each stitch all the way around. I'm going to skip the video to the end of this row. Okay, I'm at the end of the row, and you're just going to put the hook into the very first slip stitch. Pull it through and pull it through the loop on the hook. Okay, we're just going to trim it off, leaving just a little bit of a tail to weave in, and we're just going to pull that out and through. So I'm just going to take my hook and I'm just going to weave it going in a downwards direction. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of the post, and I'm just going to tie that tail securely in place. Now I'm going to cut off the excess. And I'm going to tighten that hole up again, and I'm going to weave that in and secure it on the inside. I'm going to use my hook to weave it in. Now I'm going to tie it to a post. Now I'm going to take care of this hole on the other end. I'm going to cut a piece of fabric about 3 to 4 inches long, and I'm going to weave this around the hole. Okay, I'm going to use a smaller hook to get into there and weave that piece around the hole. I'm going to tie the two end pieces together. I'm going to tighten that up and tie it together. And that takes care of the hole. I'm just going to snip the ends off. And trim up any little pieces sticking out. I hope you found the videos to be helpful. Consider subscribing to Hook and Loops. Click the icon and click subscribe. Check out some of my other videos here.